Hey, good evening, everybody. Hope everybody is having a wonderful night. We have got a great tasting for you guys tonight. We are tasting Hard Truth. And for those of you that have been following the channel, I've been a fan of Hard Truth for a long time. I will try to hide my bias towards Hard Truth. I absolutely love them. I love Brian, their master distiller. They're just doing such great things, and they have been for years. And for somebody that doesn't like a lot of craft distilleries, I have been all about these guys for a long time. So we're going to taste a lot of good stuff today. First, thank you. I will tell you guys up front, they did send me these bottles. So thanks to the nice folks at Hard Truth for sending me these. I will still try to give you guys my honest review. I consider Brian, their master distiller, a friend of mine, and I know he is perfectly fine with me telling you guys if I do not like something, because he understands that everybody has different palates. Perfect example of that is their chocolate malted rye, which I absolutely love. It's my favorite expression from them. But as Brian would tell you, on a lot of tastings they do, about half the people love it and half the people don't like it. And he's so cool in understanding that. So I have no problem giving you guys my honest review tonight. So yeah, say hey in the chat. I'm going to say hey to you guys. This is what we are looking at tonight. We're going to taste their newest expression. This is their sweet mash bourbon. And I'll give you guys all the stats on it. Then we're going to taste the wheated bottled and bond bourbon, and then the 4-grain, which I'm super excited about. I'll tell you guys, I've had one sample of the 4-grain and one sample of the wheated, and I have not tried the sweet mash bourbon yet. So we will get into those. And then guys, we're going to try something really cool and different for the channel. We're going to try Bhakta 1928. And I'll go into that, tell you guys what it is. But it's from the founder of Whistle Pig, who, you know, sold out his part of the company and started this company called Bhakta. Not only do they have rye, but then they blend it with a lot of like cognac and Calvados and all those kind of things. So we're gonna taste 1928. Now, is a lot of it, you know, marketing that they're getting, you know, 1928? I'm sure there's like 1% of the 1928 cognac in there, but we're going to go through it and taste it. I'll tell you guys, when I got it, I was really shocked. I've seen some kind of bad reviews. I don't know what people are talking about. Stuff's fantastic. So we're going to review it. Let me say hey to some people in the chat. Taylor Folds, what's up, dude? Hope you're having a wonderful night tonight. Steve Holand's here. What's up, buddy? Kim, hey, Kim. Kim was one of our board members with Barrels for Hope. I got representing my Barrels for Hope hoodie tonight. Mark is on. What's up, Mark? Top dog. What's up, buddy? What's up, partner? Let's see. Terry, what's up, dude? Terry says, I wish they'd send me some bottles. Yeah, that's yeah, I know. I'm lucky that way for sure. What's up, Jim? Cheers. Really interested in these new expressions. Yeah, the best. I mean, if they hold up, it's really awesome to be able to be excited about releases in today's world that are under $70. So I'm all about tonight's tasting. Dan, what's up, dude? Yeah, see you Saturday. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about for those that are local. A1 having their big famous raffle on Saturday. That's going to be really exciting. I probably won't win anything, but it's going to be great to see everybody. It's more about meeting people and seeing everybody there and sharing some good whiskey. And then Barrels for Hope will be releasing our Nashville Barrel Company pick. It's our last pick for the year. Well, for 2023, 2024, we're already starting picks for 2024, 2025 because we kind of run March to March. So we just finished did our last pick, which is fantastic. It's really, really good. And then also February was our 1-year anniversary of opening up Patreon to Barrels for Hope, our charity organization that has our 501c3. So to all of you Barrels for Hope members watching, man, just thank you from the bottom of our hearts for helping get this off the ground, for believing in our mission. We're going to donate over $40,000 to charity this year and hopefully next year more. So membership is full. It just stays full, which is great. But we do have a $5 tier also. If you want to go to Patreon, just search Barrels for Hope or go to barrelsforhope.com. You can read all about our mission, what we do, all that kind of thing. But we donate 100% of our proceeds to charity. So myself, the Whiskey Tornado, I don't really do a barrel pick club. I just kind of push everything towards Barrels for Hope. And then we just donate everything to charity. So it's an awesome, awesome thing. All right, David, what's up, man? I saw the Wheated Hard Truth this week. Didn't know they had a wheat mash. Yeah, they just came out with it. Like, I didn't even know it was hitting the stores yet. So, Top Dog says, can't wait to hear the tasting notes on the Wheated. Yeah. Matt Strobel's in the house. What's up, buddy? Yeah, cheers, man. Cheers. Thanks for stopping in. All right. So, that being said, we're going to be able to get to the tasting pretty quick here. If you guys have any comments about Hard Truth, go ahead, put them in here. About any craft distilleries in general, they are my favorite up and coming distillery. We did a pick with them for Barrels for Hope that's just out of this world fantastic. It's one of my favorite picks. So I'm really excited about it. So let's start with this core expression from them. I believe it's going to be their core expression. Let me get my banner up. Actually, yeah. Let's do this first. All right, here we go. So here's the specs on this. There's Sexy Brian tasting the distillate there. All right, this sweet mash bourbon produced in small batches of 30 barrels or less. 73% corn, 19% rye, 8% malted barley, bottled at 90 proof. So we're going to see how the 90 proof holds up. But the crazy part is $45. So I'm really interested to see how this competes with like Bardstown Origin Series. You're kind of in that price range, and I'm not sure about the age. I don't know let me look on here and see if it actually says the age. Put some of these over here. I've got to open this too. So yeah, if you guys are having some Hard Truth tonight, go ahead and pour it. Try not to cut myself. We'll get a pour of this. Super excited to get into these tonight. Put that there. We'll go with a little Barrels for Hope Glen. Nice cork pop there. So you guys already know this, but if you're Hard Truth fans, coolest corks in the game. I don't even know, honestly, how they produce bottles this cool for $45. So they've got on the back there, says distilled with the finest grains and water by Indiana's Sweet Mash Pioneers. Another cool thing about Hard Truth is they really try to use all Indiana grains. And I think they do in this mash bill. I'm trying to see if there's an age on the back of this. I thought there was. I thought it was 5 years, but I might be wrong. I don't see that. Does anybody know what the age on this is? I'm going to let this Let this open up a little bit. Oh, man. Golly. Smells delicious. Smells delicious. Let's see. Oh, what's up, dude? Cheers, buddy. Nick Reed, I'll have a pour of the sweet mash rye with you. Awesome, man. Yeah, that sweet mash rye is so good. So one of the kind of a little bit of the DNA I always get out of Hard Truth is a butterscotch note. I especially get on their sweet mash ryes. It's not real prevalent on the bourbon, but it's there. There's a little bit of like corn dustiness, maybe a touch, just a touch of youth as far as that grain coming through, but tons of like buttered popcorn, caramel. And then like some red fruits coming through on the nose. The nose is really nice for a 90 proof younger whiskey at $45. I'm excited to get into this. This is my first sip of the day. Actually, this is my first sip since last Saturday. So I'm not going to give you any notes on this first sip. What's up, El Güero Valdez? I haven't seen you in here. Welcome, man. Just saw that one. Gonna pick it up. Sweet. Man, if you guys are already seeing these, that's awesome. I didn't know they had hit the stores already. But okay. Take another sip here. All right, this will be my first tasting notes on this one. And again, just so you guys know what we're doing here. 73% corn, 19% rye, 8% malted barley, $45. I'm gonna have to taste that against Bardstown Origins. It is really good. It's obviously we're not drinking 120 proofer here. It's 90 proof. But for 90 proof, it's got weight, it's got viscosity. It is a great finish to it. A lot of the things I was smelling, I'm getting on the palate. That it is like a slight graininess, that like corn dustiness is there. But the red fruits are coming through. The caramel's definitely coming through. I'm not getting the butterscotch like I get on the Rise, which is my favorite thing about Hard Truth. Yeah, that for $45, that's a great bourbon, guys. It's really good. It's not anything that's going to blow your socks off. But if you're looking for, a sub $50 bottle, it's really good. You can tell it's got all the quality that comes with Hard Truth. They do everything sweet mash. So Brian went to Wilderness Trail and learned from Dr. Pat Heist. For those that don't know, learn the sweet mash process there. For those of you that don't know what the sweet mash process is, it's kind of like when you're baking bread and you have a yeast starter and you use a little bit of the old mash and the new mash, that would be sour mash. Sweet mash, they clean everything out and they start from scratch. So a lot more expensive to do. They have a lower barrel entry proof of 110, I believe, or maybe 113, somewhere around there, but it's lower. It's not at 125. So they're taking their time. They're putting a lot of money into it, doing a lot of high quality stuff at Hard Truth. So one more sip at this, and then we'll move on to the weeded. Yeah, not overly complex. Just a nice $45 bourbon. That's a great mixer if you wanted to do that. I don't know if you'd want to mix $45 bourbon, but if I had to guess, I would rate Bardstown Origin Series at that price a little better. You know what? Hold on, and we'll do that right now. I will taste that for you guys right now. Okay. So let's see. Bardstown Origin. We'll just do a little taste off for you guys tuning in since it's about the same price. The mash bill on this 60% corn, 36% rye, 4% malted barley versus 73% corn, 19% rye. So this is definitely a little bit higher rye. But let's taste it real quick, side by side. Then we can really see what we're working with here. Then you guys will know which $45 bourbon is the best. Oh, man. Bardstown Origin smells really good. Almost a bubblegum note to it. Let's see. Let me catch up here on chat. Brian, what's up, Brian? Cheers. See you Saturday. All right, buddy. Thanks, man. We're going to do the Nashville Barrel Company stuff immediately following the A1 raffle. So probably about 1, I would guess. I got to get back for the Illinois game. Brian, you should be watching Purdue, and it looks like Purdue's up by 3. Gosh, I need Purdue to lose, man. All right, David, I don't think they say how old the sweet mash is. Sure, young. Yeah, it does taste a little young. It does taste a little young. So let me smell these next, back to back. This is the Bardstown. I mean, on the nose, they both smell fantastic. Hard Truth actually has a bit more fruit notes on the nose. So let me taste this Bardstown. Bardstown tastes very corn forward after coming off the Hard Truth. And I reviewed the Bardstown really well when I did it. So. Wow. I might like the Hard Truth better than the Bardstown Origin series, guys. I did not expect that. The finish is definitely longer on the Hard Truth. That is a seriously good $45 bottle. So again, take it in context. It's not going to knock your socks off. It's not going to be the greatest thing ever. But if you're comparing it to other $45 bottles, it's really, really good. Now, you throw Wild Turkey Rare Breed in there, and I mean, Wild Turkey Rare Breed's going to destroy it. So, but great offering. I love seeing craft distilleries coming in at a good price point with competitive stuff, and that hits all those buttons, man. So, way to go, Hard Truth. That's really great. All right, let's get rid of these. And let's move on to the one a lot of people are excited about, and that is weeded. So got another Barrels for Hope Glen. You can buy those at barrelsforhope.com. All right. See what everybody else got to say. Oh, Matt said, I didn't know that was the difference between sweet and sour mash. Very interesting. Yeah, Matt. It's, it's the wording's funny because a lot of people, when they hear sweet mash, think that it's going to be a sweeter bourbon. That doesn't really have anything to do with it. So Brian says, for sure, boiler up. Oh, yeah. Terry said, yeah, I've heard people say they thought sweet mash meant a sweeter mash bill. I mean, that's what you would assume. That's definitely what you would assume. Oh, man, this weeded one smells great, guys. Oh, let me get you the stats on the weeded. All right, here we go. Let me get this comment off. Okay. On the weeded, bottled and bond. Again, produced in small batches of 30 or fewer barrels, obviously bottled and bond. This is 69% corn, 19% wheat, 12% malted barley, bottled at 100 proof, and comes with a price tag of $55. So again, probably competes with that Origin series. They have a weeded mash bill as well, and I don't have a bottle of that currently, so I can't compare those two for you guys. But again, man, just doing some awesome stuff. So on the nose, the dusty corn comes through. There's definitely deep, rich caramel. But this one has more of that like dusty rick house to it. And I don't know if that's the wheat, but it does smell softer and does have that like dustiness to it that you get in when you walk into a rick house, which is gorgeous. But much more caramel forward. There is like a little bit of that butterscotch note, but trying to break this down on the nose for you guys. It smells wonderful. Smells wonderful. All right, cheers, everybody. Very soft on the palate. Crushable. Again, not very complex, a little bit drying on the back end. It has it's definitely that caramel rick house dustiness. But what's different from this than the previous one, it doesn't taste as youthful. But it's a little bit drying on the back end of the palate for 4 or 5 year bourbon. Still really nice. That's just crushable. A lot of people are gonna absolutely love that. In my bourbons, I would like for there to be a little bit more complexity, a little bit longer finish. I actually think that the sweet mash bourbon might have a longer finish than the wheated, which I love a long finish. They're both really good. Let me taste these back to back. You gotta remember. I don't remember which one I poured in there. Let's see. Terry says, "Hey, don't say you need Purdue to lose them and Duke in the final game of the year, man." Oh, yuck! Gross, Terry. Come on, man. Top dog. That's still an awesome price point for 55. Do you have a Green River to compare it to? I do have a Green River. I think the Green River's in my other room. Sorry, you guys had to stare at my ass there. Taylor Foles, I'm so stoked for this one. I can't think of anyone else to do a sweet mash weeder. I know, right? It's very caramel forward. There is a little bit of fruit in there. Maybe I can't tell what kind of fruit it is. There's a little bit of sweetness in there, but it's not. It doesn't taste that complex, if I'm being honest. It's just very caramel forward, very rick house dustiness. But I'm gonna have to come back to it because I'm not pulling a ton out of it right now. Matt Strobel says, make sure you guys, like the live stream, man. That helps the channel. Kim says, I'd be interested to hear how the Hard Truth Weeded compares to Origin Weeded. Yeah, if I had a bottle, Kim, that's what I was going to compare it to. I would love to. I don't know. I've actually never had the Bardstown Weeded. It's just very soft, very crushable, caramel heavy. There is that again, that rickhouse dustiness. It has a short finish. Like, I mean, as soon as you sip it, I'd say short to medium finish. It's not a very long finish. I think the finish on the sweet mash bourbon is longer, to be honest. But it's good. It's good. That's what I'll say about it. I was wanting more. I'm being 100% honest. I was hoping for more, but we're going to come back to it and see. All right. Let's get into. We're flying here, guys. Terry, I'm amazed there is zero craftiness on Hard Truth. What is it that makes smaller distilleries have that note? It's definitely a note I don't like either. Hard Truth is killing it. Yeah, that's a great point, Terry. I've asked that question a lot. I think a lot, for me personally, I think a lot of it is the cooperage. I think I can't remember who Hard Truth works for, but they work really closely with the people that do their cooperage. I assume that the legacy distilleries are getting a lot better cooperage and have a lot more force in that market. This is just me 100% speculating. And then I think it's the, younger craft distilleries getting their stuff out too soon where it tastes like, green wood or fresh cut wood, fresh cut 2x4s, hay, whatever you want to call that note that I absolutely hate in young whiskey. But I think it's a combination of that and just being grain forward that I don't like. Now, we've joked before that Jackie Zykan, formerly with Old Forester, now with Hidden Barn, when she moved to Hidden Barn, she put out a quote that that we were used to stripped down distillate, which I thought was hysterical because she was just mad that everyone kept calling Hidden Barn stuff crafty. And it's very crafty. It has that young wood, fresh cut wood note that a lot of people hate. And she acted like she liked it. And I'm like, if you like that note, I'm not buying your whiskey because it's just, just not good. But yeah, I get it, Terry. I'm with you. That's why I don't like a lot of craft distilleries. But I try not to, you guys know this, I try not to grade craft distilleries the same as legacy distilleries where I go through a whole grading system. I haven't much this year, but I did in previous years. I like to say whether I think they're promising or not. And Hard Truth was one where I was like, I don't even need to do that. I can just grade their stuff because there's none of that craftiness. Now, I have had some sweet mash rye of theirs where I've had a little crafty note, especially when A/B comparing. If you're just sitting down with their stuff and just their stuff alone, you won't pick it up as much. But if you're A/B comparing, sometimes you will pick up a little bit of youthfulness for Hard Truth. But they're putting out stuff at 2-3 years old, which is amazing, and they just do not get it. My assumption is that they're just getting better cooperage. Terry said that makes 100% sense, Lance, on the cooperage. I agree. Yeah, I would assume that's it. I would guess a lot of these small places are just getting barrels from wherever they can and maybe not getting the best stuff. Maybe not, dry aging them as much, although that's not going on much anymore anyway, but just putting stuff into those barrels quick. So. Yeah, that's a great bourbon. It's a great wheated bourbon. There's nothing wrong with it other than the finish isn't very long and it's not very complex, but it's good. It's just not my favorite thing from Hard Truth, I guess is what I was trying to say. So let's get into this one, which I'm super excited about, the 4 grain. We put this one in our Whiskey Tornado Frosted Glen. All right. Here we go. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I was looking for on the first 2. Not that the first two were bad. Let me read you the stats on the 4 grain. Again, produced in small batches of 30 or fewer barrels, bottled in bond, 78% corn, 9% rye, 9% wheat, 4% malted barley, bottled at 100 proof, at a price tag of $60. Now, I can tell you guys already, this is the one you want to buy. It has, this is what I love about Hard Truth. This has that butterscotch note, that Werther's butterscotch note that I freaking love. And it has got it. It comes from that sweet mash rye, that rye in here. Oh, man, is this good. Golly. It is just Werther's butterscotch. There's a little bit of a citrus note on there. Again, that caramel butteriness. That's the winner. I don't even have to taste it. I can tell you guys, the 4 grain for me is the winner. All right. Here we go. Cheers, guys. That's it, man. It's got a good long finish. It's got a nice balance of sweet and spicy, but the butterscotch is what is the star of the show for me. And that's what I've loved since day one when I visited Hard Truth years ago, before they released the chocolate and caramel malted rye. It was that butterscotch note is just what killed me, man. And this has it. The finish is longer. There's more viscosity. Just all around better to me. Just better. Oh, shoot. I haven't even been watching. They are. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Produced down 43.35. Love it. Marty's in the house. Sweet mash is only used one time, and then it's cleaned out of the system. Sour mash used to still. Yep, we already went over that, Marty, but thanks. Top dog. I'm sold. Let's see. Yeah, Matt, the 4 grain is the one. The 4 grain is the one for me. Now, of course, it's the most expensive. It's not even a question to me, guys. The 4 grain is by far the best out of the new expressions from Hard Truth. Now, if you're just looking for a nice wheated bourbon that doesn't fight you, that's very crushable, you will love the wheated bourbon. I think a lot of people coming into bourbon that are new, you give them that wheated bourbon, they're gonna love it. It's a good decanter bourbon, to be honest with you, but doesn't hold a candle to the 4 grain. Man. Can you give us a close up? Yeah, bud. So this is the bottle. If I go any closer than that, it's going to go out of focus for you guys. But again, bottled in bond, 100 proof. This says batch size 28 barrels, bottled spring of 2024. It was distilled in 2019. This for me is a home run at $60, guys. Really is. That is gorgeous. That is, man, that's good. That's what I want from Hard Truth. For my personal palate, that is what I want from Hard Truth. It's good stuff, man. All right. So, before we go into the Bhakta 1928 that has some juice from 1928 in it. I don't know how much, they don't say. It's probably like a couple eye drops full. But before we do that, let's taste some Hard Truth malted rye, shall we? Because I got batch 2 of everything. So everybody's been asking me, is batch 2 as good as batch 1? So let's just see. All right. Let's start with the caramel. So this is the caramel malted rye. This is batch 2. Oh, I have not opened this yet. So let me open this. And then you guys need to stick around for the Bhakta. Because if you haven't heard of it or haven't tried it, you're going to want to. So caramel malted rye is one of my favorite things Hard Truth has done. I had the honor of going to the distillery with a couple of my Patreon members as Hard Truth was getting started. And Brian Smith, the master distiller, invited us and took us through the old warehouse, their first warehouse. And we drilled into barrels pretty much all morning. It was the best thing. He's like, I want you to taste this caramel malted rye we're doing, chocolate malted rye. We got to taste it probably a year and a half before it was ever released. And it was really good when we tasted it out of the barrel, but it was very drying on the palate and a little bit young. So when this came out and he sent me a bottle, I was like, oh my gosh, just amazing. So if you haven't had the malted rye, you guys should definitely try it. So the difference between the three, they have a malted rye, caramel malted rye, and a chocolate malted rye. It's just the difference of them burning the malted barley. So it'll be, they won't touch it for the malted rye. It'll be at a medium toast for the caramel and a dark toast for the chocolate. So it smells so good. This stuff will get you in trouble, man. As good as a 4-grain is, that's even better. And I think that might be better than batch 1 of the caramel malted rye, which I have back there, but I don't want to get into too many comparisons tonight because I got to work tomorrow morning. And this is 116.6 proof, but my goodness. Woo. You guys had the caramel malted rye? Man, what do you think? Man, they're just Hard Truth. Brian Smith and Chris over at Hard Truth are just killing it. It is so good. That tastes a little less malty than the first batch to me. First batch, the malt characteristics, Hard Truth started out as a brewery called what was it called? Quaffon, I believe is what it is. I don't remember what that means in French, but I think that's what it is. Anyway, when they started doing these malted ryes, there was some like beer characteristics in there, if you thought about it. And I wouldn't think I would like that, but I actually loved it. And this has less of that to me than batch 1. But still, this leans more towards the chocolate than the caramel from batch 1, from memory. I'll have to do these if I review this. I will do batch 1, batch 2 versus kind of video. It's still phenomenal. If you see the caramel malted rye, definitely pick it up. All right, let's get into the. Don't know whether to save the chocolate for last. The Bhakta, though, man. I'm going to do a comparison with the Bhakta. Bhakta reminds me of something, and I want to do a comparison of it and see how close I am. So let's do the chocolate malt, and then we'll get into the Bhakta. Man, thanks you guys for joining me tonight. This is a fun tasting. I'm enjoying this. All right, so here we go. Oh, no, wait. This is our Barrels for Hope barrel. That's not what we want. chocolate. That's what we want. All right, this is their chocolate malted rye. Probably one of my now this was named my rye of the year for 2023. I don't know any other channel that even talked about it in their rye of the year. But for me, it is the bottle I went back to over and over and over again. It's one of the few rye bottles that I actually drank all the way through in 2023. It's just so good. The first time I had it, it took me off guard. And then once I wrapped my mind around it, I absolutely loved this thing. So if you ever see the chocolate malted rye, you need to get it. It makes a crazy chocolate Manhattan. Let's get into it though. Oh, you know what? I need to get these out of the way for you guys. All right. Now, if you had this in a blind, it would really throw you off. But you know what you're getting into. So good. So just remember, they've toasted this the most, right? So they burnt the hell out of this. So it's going to pick up all those deep, dark cacao notes, not like milk chocolate, but dark chocolate. Also like espresso bean. That's a home run, man. And it's so different than anything else on the market. It is a home run. Why aren't people calling that their rye of the year? I don't know. If you like dark coffee and you don't put a lot of cream or sugar in it, man, you've got to find this chocolate malt. That's the best thing I've had tonight. My God. It's like eating those chocolate covered espresso beans. It is so, so good. Oh, God, I love that bottle. Love it. It is so freaking good, man. All right. Wish you guys were tasting that with me. I'm going to get some water in this glass and rinse it out before we get to the Bhakta. What are you guys sipping on tonight? All right. Sorry, I got to keep checking the Purdue game. Oh, that chocolate malted rye, man. Woo. You guys see this one, man. You have got to get it. Oh, it's so good. All right, let me read through some comments here. Quaffon. That's right, Matt. Quaffon. That's right. Thank you. Great. Now I'm going to have to pick up all 3 bottles. I mean, for the price, man, you can't go wrong, and you have to give Hard Truth all the credit for coming out with a 45, what was it, $55, $60 bottle. 3 expressions and that hit most everybody's budget in a time when people are coming out with crazy limited releases. I'm telling you guys, this chocolate malted rye could have been released as a limited release, and I would have paid $200 for it. And knowing the age, if I would have tasted it, it is so ridiculous. I mean, I don't need much else in my life, man. I really don't. I really don't. It is such a home run. Terry, drinking the chocolate malted. All right, drinking the chocolate malted rye right now. So good. The coffee note is spot on. Yeah, man, it is dark espresso. Like, if you don't like dark coffee, dark roast coffee, you're probably not going to like this. But if you go into it thinking that cacao dark espresso bean, dark roasted coffee. You love that kind of char smoky note. Oh my gosh, is it good? So good. Terry, that chocolate malt goes down so easy. Yeah, it really does. I had to pour one after seeing you dive in. Delicious. Yeah, it does, Troy, for sure. Yeah, at it's 114.8 proof. But my goodness, that is a special bottle that, I mean, I haven't seen many people on Whiskey Tube. I haven't seen anybody on Whiskey Tube talk about it. So I don't know. I may be the only person that really loves it, but man, if I could get a single barrel of just that I would die for that. To ask Brian about that. Can I get a single barrel of chocolate malted? But I think it's a blend of a bunch of stuff. So it's so good. That's one of my favorite bottles, period, of anything I have up there. And it comes from Hard Truth, and it's not but, probably 3 or 4 years old. And nobody's talking about it. That's the kind of stuff you love. Let's see, Matt, I was doing an Old Elk. Take store pick. Pretty good. Nice. Old Elk's great, man. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you guys for liking this video, by the way. That helps the channel a lot. Let's see. Kim, what's she sipping tonight? Kim, sipping Larceny. Oh, Kim, how is A124? Let us know how A124 is. Jim Hansen, sipping on Kentucky Owl. Oh, nice. Nice. Steven James Pepper. Nice. Which James Pepper, Steve? Is that the new decanter, which I haven't had? Brian, can you distinguish the chocolate on it? 100%, Brian. And it's not milk chocolate. It's like cacao. It's like that, dry, kind of dark chocolate. But it doesn't dry your palate out. It's really crazy. It tastes like dark chocolate and that you're expecting it to dry your palate out, but it's so sweet and so good, man. I don't know how they did it, but it's fantastic. Kim, I'm going to send Mark out searching for the caramel and chocolate. Oh, Kim, I'll send you samples. I'll definitely send you samples if you can't. I'll just send you samples. You'll love it. I think, or you'll think I'm crazy. Either's fair. Oh, nice. The new decanter. What do you think of it, Steve? Is it good? I've heard good things. All right. Let's get in to the Bhakta. This is an interesting pour. All right. Let me tell you guys a little bit about the owner first, or the founder. So Raj Peter Bhakta, founder of Bhakta Spirits, and he was an owner of Whistle Pig. This is a little bit of marketing. This comes from their website. Let me get this comment off there. Having built the luxury rye whiskey category, Bhakta is now doing the same on a grander scale for vintage spirits. After selling his stake in Whistle Pig in 2019, Bhakta embarked on a sabbatical in search of new discoveries in the world of spirits. A twist of fate brought him to, is that Condom, France? All right, we're going to let that lie. Where he unearthed and acquired a miraculous cellar of ancient Armagnac dating back to 1868. All right. So this is Bhakta 28, sells for $69 a bottle. Beautiful packaging. I love the packaging. You guys know anything about Whistle Pig? Their stuff's crazy expensive, right? And in fact, like most of the time, I don't even buy Whistle Pig stuff. We have a barrel pick that A1 did that is out of this world fantastic. So when I heard about this, I was very interested because I knew he had a lot of Armagnacs, Calvados barrels, cognac barrels, I think he acquired. So this particular one, this Bhakta 1928, let's see. is a blend of 60% 2018 rye, 30%. I think that says 20 or 30 year Calvados. And for those who don't know, Calvados is just an Armagnac, but it's like, I think it's like the oceanic climate of Armagnac. And then it has, I'm sorry, that's not right. Calvados is apple brandy, I believe. Sorry, I was thinking of Armagnac. Calvados is apple brandy. And then 10% of this blend, which again, this is where their marketing is kind of brilliant. 10% is a 1928, a 1941, a 1962, a 1973, and a 1996 blend of Armagnac. So it has 1928 Armagnac in it, but again, it could be like a dropper's amount. Who knows? They don't specify. 10% of this entire bottle is all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. I do know their 1973 Armagnac, I think, won Best Spirit for somebody. So some of that is in here, but again, very small amount. So, very, very interesting blend. So, knife's driving me crazy. So here's the bottle. Bhakta 1928. It's beautiful. It's kind of got that like Art Deco design to it. Love the packaging on it. Again, their marketing is spot on. If you go to their website, it's spot on. If you go to their website, their marketing's so good, you will be inundated with Bhakta ads like I've been because I went to their website to look this up. And then ever since, everything in my Facebook feed, every feed is full of Bhakta. So their marketing team is incredible. So let's get a pour of this. Okay. So we got some Calvados, which is apple brandy, and some Armagnac in here, which is a French brandy, which is grapes. And then we've got rye. So I'm telling you guys, this stuff smells phenomenal. It's like honeyed apricots, dark plums. I mean, apples, because I've probably got that apple brandy in my head. It's 100 proof. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this either, guys. This is one I've seen people taste. If you tasted this in a blind, it's going to throw you off. It's like that chocolate malted rye. I think blinds are great, but I think blinds can do you a disservice as well. I think a lot of times you need context into what you're getting into to help you pick out notes of what you're getting into. And sometimes A/B comparing things, comparing them back to back and not knowing what they are can really throw you off. Like if I had Hard Truth's chocolate malted rye next to another really good rye, it would probably not taste good back to back with it. So this nose is like candy, man. This is a fat kid's dream. It's like Granny Smith apples, so like the green apples. It's grapes. It's honeyed apricots. It's dark plums. All those things. With citrus, like, just like a lemon lime kind of Sprite thing over it. Man, this is great. On the nose. All right, let's taste it. Cheers. It's so good. Oh man, that's good. Drinks super easy. Everything on the nose carries through on the palate. It's rich. It's really nice. So what this kind of reminded me of was Wolves Willet rye, which was a really expensive bottle. Had a lot of those grape notes to it. It was like a $250 bottle. Pretty limited, pretty allocated. I have a bottle back there, so I'm going to taste it next to this. After I take a couple more sips, then we'll do one more taste off before we get off tonight. But let's see. So again, guys, this is what we're drinking. Bhakta 1928. I think a lot of people are going to like this, but you got to go into it knowing it's different, you know. Definitely some different notes. You got to open your mind. You got to expand your mind on the spirits. It's a fruit bomb. It's a fruit citrus bomb. It's like an apple orchard. It's so good. I don't know. I saw Matt with ADHD taste this and pretty much hate it. I couldn't more disagree with him more. This is fantastic. And I generally line up pretty good with Matt's palate, but I think this one's great, man. Oh my gosh, it's so good, man. So, I mean, their marketing's brilliant, right? It's like taste what 1928 spirits taste like, because there is a small amount of 1928 Armagnac in there. Or yeah, right, Armagnac I think is what was in there, right? Yeah, the Armagnac, not the Calvados, was 1928. Man, I'm really interested to give this to people. It's not one I'm going to give to them in blinds, because I think it'll be so different. You'll definitely know it was finished. In fact, like when I taste Willet distillate, like Willet Purple Tops blind, I did the other night in a blind that Mike Booth sent us. Me and some Patreon members, we did it live. You can go watch it. We tasted a Willet Purple Top coming off of a couple bourbons, and I thought it was so grape forward that it was finished. And then took a second sip and I was like, oh, I know exactly what that is. That's Willet Purple Top. And I was right. And Brad Key, one of our Patreon members, has a great palate, was also right. We nailed that bottle guess. But coming off some other bourbons, it tasted just super finished. This is going to taste finished. Let me grab the Wolves Willet I have. All right. So for those that haven't seen this beautiful bottle, this is Wolves Willet. This is a company out of California who does a lot with wines. Big LA Dodgers fan, so the corks are so cool because it's supposed to be like the end of a bat. Just love the presentation on these. It's just fantastic. Coming in, I love the clean design of the bottle. Coming in at 103 proof, so very, very similar. So this Bhakta reminds me of this. And this is MGP rye, 95.5 rye, blended with Willet. So I'm really interested to see if I'm right or if I'm crazy. So, let's see. Let me rinse out this. I don't want to contaminate. And then I'll get caught up in chat here. Thanks for hanging with me tonight, guys. This has been a great tasting. Take another sip of this Bhakta. Oh, it's so good, man. It is so good and different. It's like, man, who wants to drink the same stuff all the time? A lot of these bourbons and rye start tasting the same. This is something unique, really cool. I love the idea behind it. I love the marketing behind it. Uh, you know, and for $65, that's great because the guy came from Whistle Pig, and Whistle Pig's always priced insane. So that excites me. And they have a lot of other stuff on there. A lot of other stuff. I really need a new glass. This was the that was the chocolate malted rye. Hold on. I can't pour something in that chocolate malted rye. It's too The chocolate malted rye is so strong, guys, that even when you pour water into it, it doesn't matter, man. All you smell is heaven. All right, let's see what else we got in the chat here, guys. Corey, cheers, Lance. A bit late to the show. Had to watch Clark break the record. Oh yeah, Caitlin Clark broke the record tonight. Awesome. I'll have to go back and watch that. Good for her, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Terry, that's so awesome. Hope she can get the record in NCAA overall. What a story. She's incredible, man. She's freaking out of her mind. Matt said, damn it, just bought one off the website. Matt, I think you'll like it, man. It is really good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Let's taste this Wolves Willet because it's what it kind of reminds me of. So I am interested to see if I'm close or not. Oh, the Bhakta smells a lot richer. This definitely smells more like that 95.5 rye. And honestly, I've never got that kind of young wood note on this Wolves Willet, but next to the Bhakta, it is coming off a little bit like that. But again, grape forward. The Bhakta smells better. It's a $65 bottle versus a $200 bottle. How's the finish on the Bhakta? It's a little, I'd say medium to a little more than medium because you're talking 100 proof, which is still a great proof. But it's not going to go on like an Elijah Craig barrel proof. So let me taste. This is Wolves Willet. That's wild. Wolves Willet. I love it. I love it. Next to the Bhakta, it tastes young. It has that hay note that I've never picked up before on Wolves Willet. And I'd pick the Bhakta in a blind over that. That's wild. I would have never thought that. Wow. It's good stuff, man. This is really good stuff. Let's see. Equal Opportunity Gun says, hope you're having a great time. Lance just joined sipping my Barrels for Hope Hard Truth. Awesome. Oh, sweet, man. Yeah. That Barrels for Hope. You know what? That's what we'll make that the last pour of the night. We'll do the Barrels for Hope pick we did, which is next to Chocolate Malted Rye. It's my favorite Hard Truth bottle ever. It is so good. And when we tasted it, you can go to, we have a small YouTube channel for Barrels for Hope. You can go check out the pick. We did like a vlog kind of video on it, and you can see Brian Smith, their master distiller's reaction to the barrel we picked. It's pretty good. I stand by that. That Bhakta is fantastic, man. I honestly, And big shout out to Ray at Harvest Market who told me about this, talked to me about it, um, and really talked me into getting a bottle of it. And it is fantastic. David Bass, have you had any other Bhakta? Believe names Napoleon, Rockefeller. No, man, this is the first one I've seen. I saw it at Harvest Market. Asked, read a little bit about it and was intrigued. But as a marketing major, I'm kind of sucked into that stuff. Um, and started talking to Ray at Harvest Market, who's their bourbon steward. He was telling me all about it, and I was like, all right, if the guy came from Whistle Pig and I said, I don't think much 1928 is in there, but let's buy it, see what it's for. 65 bucks, I was willing to give it a shot. I'm glad I did. I want to go buy a backup. I think that's bunker worthy, honestly. I really do. A lot of people might disagree with me, so it might be a try in a bar before you buy. But for me, it's bunker worthy. Like I would get some backups of that, and I'm going to. Oh, Purdue's up 55-54. Oh, my TV shows commercials. So says have that Wolves will it haven't cracked it yet. So batch 2 of this, this is batch 1. I should have said that. This is batch 1. This is the 103 proof. Batch 2, the barrel strength was phenomenal. I still love batch 1, but tasting it up against the Bhakta, it's not that good. I mean, it's good. It's grape forward. It's crushable. It's a little bit drying on the palate. So the people at Wolves do a lot of wine. So, they like more drying kind of things, things that kind of dry your palate out with the wood tannins. This does a little bit of that. But they put together a fantastic blend with MGP rye and Willet distillate. So kudos to them. David, Barrels for Hope Hard Truth is so good. Yeah, man, I need to get into that. So let me just finish this Bhakta. I can't put this to waste, man. This is good. If you guys see that Bhakta, man, you should get some. I don't know. I think it was pretty limited, but I think you can get it online. Equal Opportunity says I wasn't a rye guy at all until Barrels for Hope. The Hard Truth is so awesome, but the Middle West Spirit Dark Pumpernickel Rye has changed my life. Oh, dude, that is so good to hear. That's what we wanted. We wanted to pick some ryes that would turn bourbon drinkers into rye lovers, and we knew Middle West was. I'll tell you, I didn't know Middle West until we went on the first barrel pick, which was Elijah Craig barrel proof pick. And I met Joe Carter in person, who's our president. And Joe brought out this Middle West spirits, and they were talking it up, and I was like, it's going to be crafty. It's not going to, they're just talking it up. And I tasted it. I was like, all right, let me call Narav, see if we can get a barrel pick of this, because it's legit. And man, the barrel pick we did with Middle West is so good. So good. That Bhakta, man. I'm in love. So good. And everything in my soul wanted to hate Bhakta because the marketing's so good. The marketing's so good. Guys have got their shit together, man. Darius says, yeah, that pumpernickel rye, oh my word, so good. Was lucky to get a second bottle. Yeah. Yeah, man. I warned you guys. I told you in Patreon, get a second bottle. I knew you guys were going to be so mad that didn't get a second bottle. And I've had so many people message me and be like, man, wish I would have put my name in for a second bottle. Damn it. Now I have to get 4 bottles. David, I'm popping the Barrels for Hope Pumpernickel after work tomorrow. Never had. Oh, David, what are you waiting on, man? All right. Bhaktas. I'm curious if I'm the only one that likes it, man. Uh-oh. Purdue's starting to do what Purdue does. Starting to pull away. All right. I said I wasn't going to drink anymore, but you guys are entertaining me, so let's do it. Ugh. Maybe no workout tomorrow morning. All right. So, all right, let me get my opened bottle. I'll let you guys decide what you want me to drink. You guys vote. We'll do the Barrels for Hope Hard Truth Rye, or the Barrels for Hope Middle West Pumpernickel Rye, or we could do the Barrels for Hope Nashville Barrel Company release that we're releasing Saturday. You guys tell me what you want me to drink. I'll wait. See what you guys want. Yeah, man, he's gonna love it. I can't believe you haven't opened that yet. Corey says Barrels for Hope Pumpernickel Rye so good, especially after it sits a few. Banger. Yeah, man. So I'll tell you guys something you may not know about the Pumpernickel Rye we did with Middle West Spirits. Little inside information. So we had a great pick team, and we were split down the middle on which barrel to pick. It was between number one and the last barrel. Number one had a lot of complexity. The last barrel had a lot of complexity, but it was much softer, more rounder, and we thought it was more of a crowd pleaser. And we loved it. And it was really hard to pick. In fact, when it got around to me, I was the last one to decide. And I couldn't decide which one I wanted. I couldn't decide between 1 and 4 or whatever it was. It was the last one. So I said, hey, I want to leave the room because I got too many biases. Mix them up, and then I'll do a blind. And so Josh with Stuff and Whiskey also was like, yeah, I'll do a blind with Lance as well. So we left the room. They split them up. Josh votes. He votes for barrel one. I vote. And the guy, Kyle at Middle West, tells me I vote for number one. So we think we all voted for number one, which was a more complex, had a little more bite to it, a longer finish. And then I get home and I review the tape. And as I'm reviewing the tape, I realize he mixes them up in his arm and sticks one under his armpit. And he puts them on my thing and he mixed them up. So I actually picked the last barrel as my favorite. So we messaged Kyle and we say, hey, we got a problem. We actually had more votes for the last barrel. He said, no problem. I'll switch it. And so he switches it for us. And so what you guys got, I think it was my favorite of the bunch. It is such a home run of a barrel, and it turned out better than I even thought. In fact, when I got home, I got so many more notes in it than I originally did. So let me see. NBC, if you're giving sniffing tasting notes, I'm so stoked. I was 26 for the back. Oh, no shit. You got the last one, the last extra bottle. All right. We'll do NBC. Lance, I felt like Bhakta definitely got better after being in the glass. That first sip, fresh crack pour was something, but got better for sure. Yeah, man. I love it. But again, everybody's palate's not the same. So you don't agree with me, you're not hurting my feelings. All right. Let's do a little Nashville Barrel Company, since Equal Opportunity Guns got the last one. So this is what it is, guys. This is our Nashville Barrel Company pick. And you can see Marty getting down into it. So if you got any Nashville Barrel Company that you guys want to pour along with me, feel free to. Nashville Barrel Company, I don't know what they do, guys. I have long suspected that they double oak their stuff. Now, they never came out and said that, but I can taste double oak stuff, man. I know when I'm tasting double oak stuff, and it tastes double oaked. This is now Josh has a good relationship with Nashville Barrel Company, and since it was for charity, when we went and did this pick, they assured us they brought out the best stuff for us. So it's a 7-year-old MGP, comes in at 127 proof. So it's got some proof to it. So you guys want to see our stickers? So that is our sticker. Isn't it beautiful? Great logo done by my uncle. And then they put our Barrels for Hope on the front. Makes me proud, man. Makes me proud. All right. Let's get into this bad boy. Now, Josh says this competes with Stag Jr., says it's better than a lot of Stag Juniors for him. So I cannot wait for you guys to get this. The nose is unbelievable, man. It is a vanilla bomb. Smells way older than 7 years to me. I'd probably put it in 10 to 12 year age category. Again, as dark as this thing is, man, look at the, it is just dark. That's why it makes me think they double oak their stuff. But they say, I mean, they've never admitted to it. So who knows? Terry said that's an awesome story on the Middle West. Yeah, it was fun, man. It's fun. David, I can't wait for the NBC pick. Live in East Tennessee and we don't get NBC. What? Really? That's crazy. David, yeah, congrats on second NBC. David, you were 33. Sometimes I don't put in for those because I want you guys to get them. So I didn't put in for an extra bottle, but all right. This would hold up against on the nose any allocated stuff you guys have smelled. You will smell this and you will lose your mind. Man. All right. Cheers, everybody. You guys are going to lose your mind. So I will tell you guys, let this open up. The first time I had it, I wasn't crazy about it. Now that it's opened up, this is like a vanilla root beer float with cherries on top. This is the best way I can describe it. This might be... I didn't think this beat the Elijah Craig barrel proof. In fact, somebody in Discord asked where I would rank our barrel picks. So I did a tier system. So I did Elijah Craig, barrel proof. Both our picks were in tier 1. Tier 2, I believe, was Middle West. And the NBC. I might put the NBC in tier 1 now. Having it now after it's opened up. Shit. That's so good. That is so good, guys. Oh my gosh. Philip says, when does in this Saturday, ma'am? This Saturday. Terry says, I'm getting a Stag Junior C23 this weekend. I'll blind the two and see which one wins. I showed the NBC on Tuesday. So Terry, I did a blind with B23 in this on last week's live stream. And it didn't compete with Stag for me. But today it might. This is really good right now. Coming off what we've had tonight, this is really fantastic. So I don't know, man. I mean, Josh might be right. It might compete with Stag. it'll be interesting to see what you guys think when you get these. Mm. I'll tell you what, it's so let me do. I'm going to taste this against my favorite NBC pick, which was an A1 Titans pipe pick. So this barrel's in the 3000s. The A1 pick is in the 1500s, I believe. Hey, if you guys are here, hit the like button. All right, let me grab that. All right. Here we go. Big showdown here. Titans Pipe 1, which is one of my favorites, against the Barrels for Hope pick. Titans Pipe 1 is a 5-year and 122. 122. I was not planning on going this long tonight, guys. It's not even close on the nose. Let's see. Corey says, I'm eager to get that NBC pick. Heck yeah, man. Terry, I'm getting a Stag Junior C923. I'll blind it with the NBC. I should get the NBC Tuesday. Cool. Matt asks, do I have any Prideful Goat? I do not. Nope. I've been in Kentucky a few times and it's been on the shelf, but just never bought any. Our NBC pick smells way darker and more rich than the A1 pick, which I would not have guessed. All right, here we go. A1 pick. That's just good. That's just good MGP, man. It's like the bags of toasted pecans, like cinnamon sugar pecans, which is a good note that I get in a lot of really good MGP barrels. That's what that is. Fantastic. Really good stuff. Makes you feel all warm and cozy inside. Great, great pick. Barrels for Hope pick, though, is like vanilla marshmallows, root beer, cherries. Man, that's good stuff. Man, you guys that got a second barrel or second bottle of our pick are going to be very, very happy. You're going to be ecstatic. Gosh dang, that's a good pick. Corey, Lance, I cracked the Still Austin Barrels a couple days ago. Wow, pine cones. Pine cones, really? I didn't get pine cones at all on the Still Austin. I got like Cracker Jacks on the Still Austin. I did get a little bit of pine on the Middle West Spirits pick we did, but not on the Still Austin. Not that you're wrong. You taste what you taste, so I'll have to look for that next time I taste it. Kim, I just poured the NBC Barrels for Hope pick. It's so good. You're right, Kim. It is so good. And the first time I had it, I got this. The first time I opened it, I wasn't crazy about it. I got like a wet cardboard note that I often get in double oak stuff. It's like wet cardboard. If it's too double oaked, it can lean to like a magic marker kind of Sharpie note. I get in a lot of Nulu stuff, and I was like, oh no. But the more this has opened up, it is so fantastic. You guys did an excellent job on this pick. I was completely wrong. This is like Vanilla bomb, root beer, cherries. There's a lot of berry notes in this. It's dark, it's rich. Oh, it's so good, man. Man, that might be my favorite pick of ours from Barrels for Hope. I wasn't sure. I have to taste that against the Elijah Craig barrel purse we did. It's so good. It's so good. And I'll tell you guys, like this was the standard for me. The Rusty Water Titan's Pipe was the standard for me from Nashville Barrel Company. And that's barrel number 985. And then I think the second one or the third one they did was like in the 1500s. All really good. But again, it's a great MGP barrel. Oh, it's really good. It's really good. But I think ours is better, if I'm being honest. Terry said, so no NBC bottles going to A1. No, we sold out. We had 26 to sell, and I think there were like almost 50 or so people trying to get those 26 extra bottles. So no, we sold out. Corey says, like when you get rid of your fresh Christmas tree after the holidays, the smell of pine in the house. That's wild, Corey. I never got that on Still Austin. I definitely could see where you're coming from if you were like talking about the Middle West Spirits Pumpernickel Rye, because I get a whisper of pine on the back end of that. But again, I've called the Middle West Spirits like a Christmas pour, but not on the Still Austin. Man, you're gonna make me pour Still Austin tonight, aren't you? Equal opportunity. I too get pine on the front of the palate. Still Austin, almost too much, but the finish. All right. God dang it, guys. Let me grab Still Austin. You got me knocking over bottles. All right. This is Barrels for Hope. Still Austin pick. And this was, to me, a butterscotch bomb at the time. So. Oh, Purdue up 2. Purdue up 2 with 4 minutes to go. That Brian Rasky's butt's puckered. All right, let me see if I can find this pine note you guys are talking about. You guys are great. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. Yeah, I hate you guys. Exactly. I got to work tomorrow, man. Oh, no, they're up 4 now. Weak cork pop. This was probably not that we did any bad pick this year, but this was my least favorite pick. But still fantastic. So we got 116 proof. 116 proof on this Barrels for Hope Still Austin pick. For those that don't know, Nancy Fraley helped Still Austin, or did. She was contracted to help them distill their stuff. She does a wonderful job. I get Cracker Jacks on this. It's really nice though for what's the age on this? Oh, I covered up my. It's young, obviously, but doesn't taste crafty to me. Doesn't taste like Texas whiskey, which can be a huge negative for me. So I got Napoleon ice cream on the first crack of Still Austin pick. Now I get pine. Man, you all are getting pine. All right. All right. Cheers, everybody. Ooh, that man, that hits you though. At 116 proof, it hits you a lot more than the 127 proof NBC I just drank. Hmm. I don't get pine, but again, I mean, a lot of people are getting pine, so you guys are not wrong. I get like a Cracker Jack kind of thing, like caramel popcorn. It's not complex, but the sweetness is there. It's really nice. I might be able to see where you guys are coming from. I mean, I would have never guessed pine. Power of suggestion is strong. So like now that I'm looking for pine, I can kind of see that. But to me, it's Cracker Jacks all day long. It's caramel, it's butter popcorn. Um, there's no Texas funk that I dislike, except in Balcones, I love. Balcones single malt, I absolutely love. Um, so I don't get Texas funk. I don't get craftiness, which is awesome. I don't get that like raw wood, fresh cut wood, hay. I don't get any of that barnyard floor kind of thing. That's not there for me. Yeah. Just get Cracker Jacks. Haven't had Still Austin, close to pulling the trigger every time at Benny's. Um, it's hard to say. Our pick team's pretty amazing. It's Josh with Stuff and Whiskey, Dusty Dan, Joe, the Bourbon Steward, Joe Carter, and myself. So when I put together Barrels for Hope, I put it together with the I wanted to have really good palates on our tasting panel and our barrel pick team. So we tried, I think they sent us 5 samples of Still Austin. There were only 2 out of the 5 I would have picked. So, I'm sure a lot of barrel pick teams would have picked a barrel that would not have passed our palates. So, Corey said, I got on the nose deep in the glass and on the palate. Again, if I'm looking for it, I can kind of see pine. Especially on the nose. But not like I get pine on the Middle West Spirits. That to me is definitely more Christmassy than this. That's really good, man. This is really good for the age. Let's see. Kim says, going back to the Still Austin, I can get a little pine. Yeah. But it's like Christmas trees, caramels, which makes me happy. Yeah, I agree, Kim. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, you would have had to tell me. I wouldn't have found it on my own. So good pick up there. Corey says, I agree. Christmas trees, caramels. Yeah. That Still Austin pick is good for Still Austin. But let's get back to this NBC. Then if you go back to the NBC, man, oh my gosh. Kim, you guys did such a good job picking this barrel. There is, man, my favorite note on that NBC. There is like cigar wrapper, deep like tobacco pipe store notes on the back end. I don't smoke cigars, but for some reason, one of my favorite notes, butterscotch is one of my favorite notes, but pipe tobacco is also one of my favorite notes, even though I don't smoke cigars. And that NBC pick has that sweet smell of tobacco when you walk into a pipe store or a cigar store. God dang, it's good, man. Mm. Mm. Matt Strobel, I'm excited for Dark Arts. Too soon for that. Dark Arts pick we have scheduled for March 29th. I have no idea what barrels they'll roll out for us. I just tried a Dark Arts white port, which oh man, Purdue's up 5, which I expected to be kind of light, grapey, and it was dark and rich. I loved it. It was really good. I tried that on last week's live stream. Really, really good. Corey, now back to our regular now back to the NBC pick. So Corey, yeah, man, the Dark Arts pick we're doing for Barrels for Hope. I have no idea what Macaulay's gonna bring out for us. It's gonna be exciting. And then we've got Four Roses after that, and we're gonna try to do our Elijah Craig barrel proof next to the Four Roses pick we do, and the Four Roses will be available at the year-end event. So, yeah, man, lots of great things coming for Barrels for Hope. So I'm super excited. So, all right, guys, I think that about does it. I'm gonna have to get off here and sober up before I go to bed. You guys had me try way more than I intended to try tonight. I love you guys very much. Thank you guys for tuning in. Go Minnesota. Oh, they've got a minute 40. 5 points down. Oh no. Oh no. Make that 6, maybe 7. It's over. It's over. Cheers, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will try to do another live stream next Thursday. I don't know what I'll taste yet at this point, but Hard Truth, man, doing great things. Fantastic job, Brian. The Sweet Mash bourbon, which I think is going to be like their staple for $45. Phenomenal job. Weeded bourbon, really good. I just didn't like it as much as the 4-grain. The 4-grain knocked my socks off for $60. That's the one I would go with. The 4-grain out of the 3 for $60 is fantastic. But really fun night, guys. Love you guys very much. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. We will see you guys next week. Equal opportunity, Lance, you rock. Take care. I don't know about that, but appreciate you, man. We'll see you guys next week. Later, guys.